Okay.
Dr. Frankenstein.
Dr. Frankenstein.
It's pronounced Frankenstein.
And welcome back to the Retro Review. I am the Bearded Geek, always joined by Mikey the Freak.
What's up?
And Steve.
Hey, everybody, what's going down?
If you haven't figured out, we are reviewing the classic Mel Brooks movie, Young Frankenstein. But before we get into it, let's check out that trailer.
Young Frankenstein.
It's Frankenstein.
That's what I said, Young
Oh,
Frankenstein.
you said Frankenstein. Gladys says Frankenstein.
It's pronounced
It's pronounced
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Oh my God, get the fuck out of here, Kevin.
On your face. Oh, geez. I love him.
Huh. Gene Wilder's just so good.
Ah, oh, sorry. What hump?
No offense.
No
No
offense.
offense.
Holy shit. Mel Brooks does his own voiceover. That's
Oh, I
good.
love it. Yeah. Steve, what do we have? Tell us a little bit more about this movie, please.
Oh man, a classic 1974 film with a running time of 1 hour and 46 minutes. An American grandson of the infamous scientist struggling to prove that his grandfather was not as insane as people believe is invited to Transylvania, where he discovers the process that reanimates a dead body. It's basically a great re-envisioning of the classic, Frankenstein
Frankenstein, yeah.
story
Yeah.
by Mel Brooks. Like,
What was your first impression on rewatch?
oh God, fucking rewatch. It's not a rewatch. It's a thousandth watch. Rewatch. I talked about this movie so much before we were recording. But I cannot say enough great things about this movie. I have watched it so many times in my childhood, in my adulthood. I have quoted this movie throughout the eternity of time, and this movie might just be like the movie I quote when I die. I did like, there's so many great quotes. There's so many great things. I could talk about this movie for hours, which we won't. Well, it'll be about 12 to 15 minutes. Mike the Freak, what did you think about this movie on rewatch?
I haven't seen this movie in a few years. I'm a huge Mel Brooks fan, but it's one of my least favorite, and not really least favorite. I'd say least watched out of all the Mel Brooks movies. But definitely a very funny. When you put Gene Wilder, Madeline Kahn, Cloris Leachman in any of the Mel Brooks movies, they're absolutely hilarious. And this is one of the first movies you start to realize that Peter Boyle as the monster is the same father of Ray Romano from Everybody Loves Raymond. Everybody was like, "Oh, that's him." Yeah, I had a couple people say that to me when we were watching it. I'm like, "Yeah, it's Peter Boyle." But a great movie, great laugh. You can't get over Marty Feldman in this movie. This is one of the first movies I remember that I think Marty Feldman was kind of using his looks as to be very comedic. You know, because his glass eye or wandering eye or whatever he has, I didn't look it up. But is it glass eye or is it just lazy eye?
Sammy Davis Jr. had a glass eye. Marty Feldman had a wandering eye.
Wandering Eye. Okay, it was Wandering Eye. So yeah, it's like he used it as his comedic performance. Like that's part of his prop as he used it, which made it super funny. But yeah, I mean everything about this movie is hilarious. A lot of great parts, a lot of great quotes that you pull out of this movie that you can quote almost every single day. But other than that, I mean it's a Mel Brooks movie. What can you go wrong?
Well, I'm sure that you both quote this movie every day since you both have teenage sons. What are you doing in the bathroom all day? What's keeping you there? Other people need to use it.
Said that earlier, actually.
Yeah, right. Spirit of Geek. What about you?
Oh man, it's like you said, classic Mel Brooks movie. If you love Mel Brooks, you're gonna love this movie. Definitely one to watch. The cast is just amazing in it as well. Gene Wilder, I mean, come on, the man's amazing. He's an amazing actor. The comedy in this is, I love it. It's a great movie. Steve, what would you rate this movie?
Oh God, this movie is like damn near perfection. This is like a 9 out of 10, like if not just a straight 10 out of 10. Like I can't find any flaws in this movie. I laugh every time, so I'm just gonna go straight 10 out of 10.
All right, Mikey the Freak.
Yeah. I'm thinking just because it's a Mel Brooks movie, to me it's a solid 9. But again, it's not one of my favorite Mel Brooks movies that I watch all the time. But I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10 for comedic factor. Great cast, comedy cast. And then just the script, I think, was well written. Everything about it just makes you laugh almost every single scene.
Yeah, if you like a Mel Brooks movie, you're definitely going to enjoy this one. I would recommend this to just about anybody. Freaking hilarious. If you can find it streaming anywhere, I definitely recommend the watch for sure. I would rate this. Like you said, it's not my favorite Mel Brooks movie, so for that, I'm going to ding it a half a point. I'm going to give it an 8.5, but it's still a freaking great movie, though. So hilarious. But it's time for some fun or interesting facts.
These are fun.
Oops, hit the wrong button. There we go. When
He's already fucking up. Jesus.
I'm already, I'm just messing up the whole fucking show.
Oh
When Gene
my
Wilder
God.
leans in to kiss Madeline Kahn goodnight in her bedroom, her last second quip, "No tongues," was ad-libbed by
Of
Kahn.
course. Of course.
Of course.
She was known for ad-libbing every single one of her movies.
The cast, and especially Mel Brooks, had so much fun, and were so upset when the principal photography was almost completed that Mel added some scenes just to continue shooting. And the last one I have is Gene Wilder has stated that this is his favorite of all his films he made.
All right, before we get to any other things, I'm going to add some interesting facts that you somehow don't have on your list. In the movie, the set that they use for the lab is the original set that was used in the movie Frankenstein with Boris Karloff.
Nice.
The man that ran and operated the full set kept it, and when Mel Brooks wanted to make the movie, he talked to him and got him to use it, and for that he gave the guy the credit that he never got for the original Frankenstein movie.
Oh,
So
nice.
Heard that before.
all of the lab set is the original set from the original Frankenstein movie.
Well, there you go.
Another fact about it with this film, which is not brought up. Yeah, I got too much,
Hush.
motherfucker. Yeah.
Easy killer.
Blucher. It's long been speculated that Blucher is a German translation to glue, which is why the horses neigh every time. I have met someone who speaks German and have confirmed that Blucher is not a German word.
So
it is purely fake.
So when I watched this over again, they said Blucher, and I'd hear the horses. So I laughed, and then they did it again. So I asked my friend that we were watching it with, I'm like, there is something got to be. Let me see what this. So I looked it up, and it said means like a glue factory, and I'm like, that's why the horses are neighing every time somebody, because it was off camera, and they said the word, and then you hear the horses, and you're like, oh, there's got to be an inside joke with that.
Okay,
Oh,
so
there's
Got
always
to be. So
and
that's
yeah.
why.
maybe Blucher is a glue factory, but
Yeah.
it is not the. I always thought it was the German word for glue. I don't
Oh,
have.
yeah.
I guess I don't have any fun more. I have more fun and interesting facts, but I won't bore you with them.
I thought that was a fun inside joke that you'd have to understand it in order to understand what the horses were doing.
Right.
But wait,
Well,
but
those
wait! I made espresso.
those were your interesting facts.
Improvised line.
Yes.
I made espresso. Improvised line by one Gene Hackman. One person we have yet to mention. The
Yeah.
Hackman.
The hack, if you will. All right, Steve, what do we have for a soundtrack for this movie?
I ain't got nobody, and nobody cares for me. Yakety, 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 yakety. It is uncredited since it is sung by Marty Feldman, but I ain't got nobody. Ave Maria, which is also uncredited. Putting on the Ritz, sung, sung and danced by Gene Wilder and Peter Boyle. The Battle Hymn of the Republic, performed by Madeline Kahn. Oh, sweet mystery of life, at last I found you. Sweet Mystery of Life, sung by Madeline Kahn. And Bridal Chorus, uncredited. And that is the soundtrack to
Young Frankenstein.
There
Yeah.
you go. I was just waiting for you to finish the line. It's like you stopped in mid-sentence.
I'm an old man. I'm an old man. I may just drift off mid-sentence.
And then...
No, and then. No, and then.
Mikey the Freak, what do we have for some related real, sir?
Jeez. I did use Madeline Kahn. One of her greatest.
You wish you'd used Madeline Kahn.
Oh, I wish I would have. She was fucking better.
We all wish we would have.
Especially in this movie, Blazing Saddles, where she has to sing again. History
Is that
of
a
the World
10-gallon
Part
hat, or are you
1.
just happy to see me?
It's true. It's true.
It's true.
And to rhyme with that, it's Clue.
Ah!
Oh, I love her Clue.
Flames rising.
Fireplace. And then he cuts her off.
Yep.
Get off me. Gene Wilder. Blazing Saddles, of course. Again, Blazing Saddles again. Willy Wonka, which Madeline Kahn should have been in. That would have been interesting. Willy Wonka.
Make all the Oompa Loompas Madeline Kahn.
Right?
That would have been interesting.
She should have been Veruca's mother. And then Haunted Honeymoon, Dom DeLuise. That's a good one.
Also
and Gilda
Gene
Radner.
Wilder.
And
Also
yep,
Gene Wilder.
of course,
Gilda
yeah. Said Gene Wilder, yeah.
Yeah, Gilda Radner. I was thinking Gilda Radner when we were talking Madeline Kahn. My apologies.
Oh no, yeah. And then Peter Boyle, which, like I said before, not a lot of people realize who Peter Boyle is when they talk Young Frankenstein, but he's Father Time, Santa Claus 2. He's also in Taxi Driver, and then he's the father in Everybody Loves Raymond for years, several years.
I'm sure it's not Santa Claus 3.
He was in both. He's in 2 and 3.
There you
I
go.
don't remember him in 2.
That's when you first see all the Father Time and the Richard Jenner.
I'm not going to rewatch them. So
yeah, I know you won't.
Well, as we come to a close, make sure you do all the YouTuber things. Give us a good old thumbing. Hit that like and subscribe. Let us know what you think of Young Frankenstein down in the comments below.
Frankenstein.
Down in the comments below. Go check out the sister channel to Back to the Retro Review. That would be the Mod Squad Network, where there's a bunch of shows over there, and we go live every Saturday night with a giveaway. All right, that does it for this episode of Back to the Retro Review. So for Mikey the Freak and Steve, I am the Bearded Geek saying, if we don't see you again, thank you for being a friend.
See ya.
Put the candle back.